All this music in my ear gets me home for the night.
No spicy, only regular. We made it.
You trying to say?
I think I'm sick. This guy's shaking it for real.
Get the barbecue sauce, get the rope, tie yourself up. I'm a base dude, I don't just eat chicken.
Everyone's got something to say, so come through and say it, players. Shakin It Podcast.
3, 2, 1.
Amen, amen. Welcome back, guys. Shakin It Podcast here. King Sully, your host with the most, and I got my boy right here.
You already know, man. Big Jigga, man. We here.
The biggest.
And we got a special guest.
Yes,
Yet
sir.
again. We keep the guests rolling, man. Shout out to my boy, Nas.
Nice.
What's going on, yo?
What's up, man? Thanks for
Thank
coming
you for
on.
coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate
man.
it. Appreciate coming on.
Hey.
We got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Long list.
We're going to get
Long
into
list.
it. Yeah, for
But
sure.
before we start, listen, guys. We're doing well. We're doing well, man. We're making a real jump.
Yeah, we're making a stride for real, bro.
If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube yet, subscribe,
You're sleeping.
like, comment. Come on, man. We post every day. We literally post every day now. Stop sleeping on us. Instagram, we post every day. Stop sleeping on us. TikTok, we post every day. Stop sleeping on us.
Hey.
Stop sleeping on us, guys. Apple,
They're hibernating.
Podcast, and Spotify. We're here, guys. Every week, for the most part.
For the most part, yeah, for sure.
For the most part, every week, we're here.
And holidays, we're there, you know?
Christmas, like, you're going to see us. But
We're still grinding.
We're not taking no days off. I lied. We're taking a day off, but you're not going to know. Yeah, but
Here we are, right?
yeah, here we are, man. We got Nas here.
Yes, sir.
And listen, Nas, tell the people a little about yourself.
So my name is Nas. I'm a professional dancer, entrepreneur. I've gotten the opportunity to travel around the world with what I do. So my styles when it comes to dance are dancehall and Afro. I started in hip hop, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah, controversial.
Yeah.
I've been in the game for over 10 plus years. I've been dancing my whole life. I'm a big fan of music, culture, food. Yeah, living life. Enjoying life, you know?
That's blessed. That's blessed. So, since you're enjoying life, let the people know, you know, we got something called the Shakin' It segment.
I've heard.
Yeah. So,
Questionable people on the channel, bro.
some real questionable people. Shout out to everybody that, you know,
Yes, sir.
everyone's shaking it a little bit somehow. So, give us something. Let us know when you've been shaking it, someone, something.
Anything, bro.
Anything.
Well, let me ask you guys a question.
Yes, sir.
How would you describe shaking it? Is it like in terms of your life or just anything in general?
I mean, we're
It's in-
shaking it in
yeah.
our lives.
It's definitely interchangeable, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, like, yeah, definitely shaking it. Like, what can I say?
Right?
In my life, shaking it every day. I don't know. Every day is
What's that saying? We try to get 1% better
trying to
every
get
day?
1% better every day.
That's what I was reading, so I don't know.
I don't even know if I'm doing that.
Nah, okay, yeah. So it's interchangeable. That's what I would say. We're definitely, you know, we're not where we want to be, but
What's
hey,
coming?
Taking steps to
definitely, man. 1%, 0.5% a day, and we're doing
That's
all right
growth.
for sure.
Progress, never perfection.
Yes, sir.
Shaking it, I would say like COVID really got me to realize a lot of like the important things in life and take away all the superficial shit. Like take away Instagram, take away expensive things or like things that people just want to like showboat and stuff. When you strip it all down, can you sit in a room and realize your own self-worth, that it doesn't define you to do anything other than just be yourself? And I think like coming out of COVID, because prior to me like doing what I do now, which is more like on the social media branding side and like doing videography, cinematography, I would be teaching almost 20 to 30 hours a week, performing a ton. And like COVID literally went from 100 to like maybe 5%, which is the online stuff. But even the online stuff don't feel the same.
Definitely
It's like
not.
you don't feel the presence. And like that's how I grew up, feeling the other person's energy in the room as they're right in front of you, right? But that's one of the biggest lessons, that like you have to be comfortable with where your life wants to go and don't fight against it. Like just go with the flow. If certain opportunities come up, if they don't question who you are, then take that challenge, right? And like the last 2 years, 3 years have really challenged me in that way to transition from like doing the professional dance side to almost not really doing it, Like I still tour, I still do performances, take classes. I don't really teach anymore, but like it's a very different monster to kind of rejig your whole entire life into another industry that I've seen, but I wasn't necessarily like as involved as I should be. So I would say that's what's kind of shaking it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo.
Some next level deep shit.
Yeah,
Some
that was
deep
thought
shit
that was
still.
thought provoking for sure.
That's
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That might be
The greatest
best shaking it segment
yeah we've ever had.
we've ever had.
Remember that.
Our boy Nas, man,
Yo, man.
dropping gems.
You gotta really appreciate the little things, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just like us. Just gotta appreciate.
Follow,
the little
subscribe, reshare,
Hey,
plug
so,
it.
so Jelani, so we're happy. Like we take the bus every day. Yeah, we have to be, right?
things. We have to be right now, man. You know? There's some circumstances that the
Bus,
people don't even know.
Uber X, and then maybe Judge.
Okay.
Maybe.
Perspectives.
Yeah.
Driving, man. There's some shit that the people don't know yet, so it's okay. We'll get into it one day when we bring the car person on. But anyways, we take the transit, y'all.
TTC, man, it's economical. You know, it gets us from A to B, and we're here, right?
Nah, they gotta fix up though, but that's another story for another time. That's a different shaking.
That's a different shaking it. Yeah, for sure.
So yo, nice man. You're a dancer. Greasy waistline. Let the people know how you developed that. Let them know how you started dancing.
Yeah,
what
man.
age?
A to Z,
Beginning.
man,
Yeah, A to Z.
A to Z.
A to
A to
Z.
Z.
man.
Sorry, we're Canadian. A to Z.
Oh, is that what it is?
Apparently.
No, he's right. He's right though.
Really?
Z, yeah. And like the U, because Canadians we always put U like flower. No, that's
Like
a bad one.
favorite
Word.
Yeah.
or color. We have the U.
We have the U. Yeah, that. What?
So when I try to like type emails and I put that, it always
It's
tells
just
me
a
like
spelling error.
sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's, Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
But to walk you through, like, I've probably been dancing my whole life. Like, I came to Canada when I was 6.5, 7. I'm Ukrainian. Like, that's my nationality. With all the shit that's kind of happening there now. But I know it's kind of heavy.
We don't know shit about that. So I mean, if you want to talk about it, you could. We don't know nothing.
That's some next level. Let's just say we're in war and got invaded by the ones that are east of us.
that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've been dancing my whole life. A lot of like the Caribbean culture was introduced to me like in grade 6 and 7. Like there was a lot of close friends of mine. Like I went to a school dance and they were just playing it and I saw people like grinding and not really dancing per se, but I just fell in love with the music first. And that's what kind of like captured my attention. Then as I transitioned from elementary school to high school, my body just kind of gravitated more towards that movement. And like my friends around me, that would be Jamaican, Trini, some Ghanaian and Nigerian, but not too much at first. They would introduce me to like going to all age parties, where I would be like literally the minority, like one of 2 white guys in the whole entire place.
Yeah.
And it's a very humbling experience to like sit back and watch and enjoy the culture, do what it does, and then slowly kind of get used to it and all that stuff. So first it came the music, and then one of my friends suggested that I would slowly start to like take my freestyling, even though I don't think it was very good. I learned how to do the wave. That was a plus in high school.
Like this one?
Yeah. But honestly, like, it's that type of stuff. Like, a lot of people say, like, Michael Jackson is, like, their inspiration.
True.
I wasn't accustomed to Michael Jackson seeing him dance. Because, like, my parents never really showed me that side of it, and they were very ignorant to it. But for me to be around friends, that's, like, we would just kind of, like, fuck around a little bit.
Yeah.
And just slowly start to freestyle. And then one of them suggested, like, oh, join a studio just so you can kind of learn how to do choreography. Start with hip-hop. I did that for 2 years. Kind of hated it. And then
Oh, really?
it was just like, it was like one of those studios where you go to competitions.
Oh.
And it's just like that type of vibe. It just wasn't for
So
me.
you think you could dance type shit, right?
Yeah, it's weird. But it's you know what it is? Like, it's like, going to high school and seeing like those showcases and stuff, but like on a bigger scale. But then eventually it just felt corny to me. Like it didn't feel like I fit in, because I would go to all age parties where it's just raw, but then you have like all these very uppity people and there's no soul to the movement, right? And then transitioning from that, I joined one dance company after another dance company. I did like theater shows where it was more on the dance tip. I started, like, shout out Tabby Rockstar, like my best friend. He's the one that really introduced me, and Trevor Brown, his manager at the time.
Shout out y'all.
They introduced me to like the authentic side of dancehall when it comes to movement, and like really understanding that it's a way of expressing yourself, but also there's not a right or wrong way, but there's a way where it just makes sense. Like if you're Willie bouncing, Nalinga, when those songs come on, there's an essence to it. Like you kind of have to sit back and pay attention before you can just do it. Because if somebody's just doing it just to have fun, it's good. But if you want to do it more on the professional side, you kind of have to really pay attention to like the nuances and like how to properly match somebody next to you. Because then you look like it's just like two people that just like bouncing into each other. It just it feels off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But dancing with them, getting opportunities to touch stages like at the Mod Club. I've performed all over the city and like even in the States, Thailand, Japan, Netherlands, Costa Rica, Ghana, Africa. Probably a bunch more that I'm probably missing.
Wow.
French Guinea. If I think of more, I'll let you know. But yeah. But it's that transition of like going from point A to point B and just kind of like meeting the right people at the right time, seeing who are the working choreographers, transitioning from doing like the hip hop shit into the dance hall stuff, into meeting AC Mensa, which has been a massive influence on me doing Afro. And she's the one that introduced a lot of us, shout out, even though they were doing it from time, Premps, Percy, Quasi, Eds, Greg Samba. I'm probably missing a whole bunch of other people.
Shout out all y'all.
Yeah, real shit. Shout out to all of them.
Shout out all of y'all.
I'm having to like think 1,000 times
Damn.
over. But yeah, it's like the journey kind of went from the high school tip of just freestyling to dancing for a bunch of different companies to then meeting certain people that I just slowly started to work with. And getting certain opportunities to be a dancer in dance hall music videos and like performing. And then it just kept one after another to the point where like it got me here where I can honestly say like a close friend of mine, I always talk about this. If I were to go tomorrow, I would feel proud of what impact I've left on the world and like within myself. So that's a big step of mine, but yeah, that's the gist of.
Jeez, the journey, eh? That's
That's
dope.
crazy, bro. That's crazy. So like, it started with the dance hall, and then it got into the Afro later.
Yeah.
Cause, like, even when I think of it like musically, dance hall was always a thing. You know, you had like Vibes Cartel, Free Up. Nah, I don't even know if I should be saying that.
He's still making music. He got his
It's
own
actually-
recording
yeah, he is
studio in
still,
there.
yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I find that actually ridiculous, but hey, man, the music's still
Free
bomb.
world boss.
But now it's like, yeah, it's like the Afro beats. That's the one right now.
Yeah.
It took over. It really did take over. Who like? Did you fall in love with the music first? Like in terms of
Yeah.
when you got into the Afro stuff, like you felt like you liked the music first.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
I had a very unique situation because like a lot of the people around me outside of the dance hall side, and like when I say dance hall, I don't mean just like studio stuff. Like I've been going to dance hall parties, not the stuff that's like downtown, like banquet hall where it's themed and like there's specific things, and it's some of the best selectas in the city where you feel the energy in the room and like you see the people that literally grew up in it and have either started to like do their own parties. I surrounded myself with the right people at the exactly right time. And they showed me a way of like, me and Tabby would literally go to like 3-4 parties within a week and going to one after another, to this one, to like the after hours stuff. It's literally just a long party that opens your eyes to a lot of the cultural stuff. For the Afro scene, it was all, to me, like dance is always about the music. Like dance wouldn't be anything without the music. You can't just do random movement because it just wouldn't make any sense because it has to create a vibe. Dance hall is what kind of curated a lot of the sounds that we hear now. Like even Justin Bieber's, one of his albums was so heavily influenced by dance hall. I don't remember which one.
Oh.
I actually didn't even know that. That's dope.
Yeah.
But it sounds
Sorry
dancehall.
on it. Is
Probably.
it too late now to say something?
Yeah. Like a lot of those
Okay.
songs, those are dancehall beats. Those are rhythms that
Damn.
were sampled, but they made more pop, right? So
course.
it's more commercialized.
Of course.
But no, there's been so many artists that kind of like bridged the gap, and Afrobeats has always been around there. There are differences in terms of Afro music. When you go to the UK, there's a very specific way and sound to it. When you go to parts of France, when you go to Ivory Coast, there's so many different styles. When it comes to dancehall, there's dancehall movement. But when you go to, let's say, Ghana, it's azonto. That's the style
Yeah, it is. I was
of,
about to say, yeah.
but there's specific songs that
remember
were
that.
way popular like 15, 20 years ago that if you go to any type of Ghanaian wedding,
They're doing that,
They're
yeah.
doing that.
That's
It's been
true.
around and it's so popularized within their cultures. It's just now it's come to the forefront of music. Like Burna, Wiz, Davido, Omale, Rima. There's so many artists that have kind of bridged the gap between doing collaborations with more popularized artists that they kind of get us to hear it more.
Yeah, I figure like it's a shame that that's kind of what they have to do though.
Yeah.
Because I'm so sorry. I was never trying to hear Selena Gomez on what's that track called? Calm Down by Rima.
Yeah.
I think she was on the remix, and I'm like, okay, I get it, but yo,
You don't
it's
like it.
Not it.
Yeah,
It's not it. Like
Uh-huh.
it doesn't fit the vibe, at least for me.
Right.
But I get it.
But it puts them on
It puts them on heavily,
and
like,
it puts them on to radio stations. Like that one song, you ever heard Mona Lisa? And then Chris Brown did a remix and it hit. Or the Ed Sheeran song,
I'm trying to
Peru.
remember.
Oh yeah. That's a DML Fireboy.
Yeah. I knew that song like a year before Ed Sheeran got on it. And then now you hear it everywhere across the charts.
Yeah.
And like, I love the original. He just basically opened the door to him having like global
More
awareness.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a bad thing for music.
It's not, but
It's not as authentic.
some people. Well, some
It
people,
depends. It depends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Ed Sheeran, I would say, is one of the artists that like he actually takes the time to understand the cultural side, and he doesn't like just do a song where it sounds corny. Like there's an artist that I don't remember his name. He actually did a collab song. He went to Ghana for I think a few weeks and learned Twi, which is like one of the national dialects, and did the whole song like his own verse in it. But he learned the dialect and really tried to show appreciation for it. It's not like you picking up a couple of like Spanish words and automatically just it sounds off.
Yeah, true,
You're by
true,
yourself in your room and then
Right,
you're just
right.
doing reggaeton music.
Yeah.
Like somebody from the culture would be like, that's disrespectful. Like you're not even like sitting there listening to the artist
Or
or like
taking the time to like appreciate
Yeah.
what's really going on.
'Cause
Like,
they-
the ins and out of the actual culture.
no, real.
Yeah.
Like respect comes from being there and trying to digest it rather than just like trying to educate yourself. Because it feels selfish. It's like you're scared of them to try to like learn from somebody else, but then you want to utilize that to try to benefit yourself. Like you have to somehow give back to the community that, like,
Of course.
you know, like a lot of the accolades that I've gotten were because of my African, Jamaican, or Trini friends, and I try to do my best to try to bridge the gap that like. I go to those particular events. I try to give back as much as possible so the culture doesn't necessarily feel like I'm just taking for myself and pushing it. Like I know where the fine line is of certain things I can't do, certain things I can, and wherever it's questionable, like I go to the people that know best rather than just like me making that.
Making the decision for yourself.
Yeah.
And people taking it a certain type of way.
And then that's when people feel away and then they still automatically like come to you and say, well, you shouldn't be doing this. And no, I've already talked to like the
Of
people that
course.
hold me down, have known me for
checked
years.
it.
Yeah.
You have to.
Of course.
You know, it's a respect thing when it comes down to it.
For sure.
Well, at least he's not a culture vulture. That's the main thing.
You know? But I mean, bro, people are probably gonna still call you that regardless.
Yeah.
I hope
Like,
not.
Yeah.
Because to me you're not. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
But
It-
you know how it goes, bro. Because people see things out of context. Like we're gonna make a clip out of this video, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a clip of you saying something that it's greasy. I agree with it. We relate to it.
Of course.
And then there's gonna be a comment. Someone's
course,
gonna come
yeah,
out
yeah.
there and be like,
But he's
"But he's white. Who says he's allowed to talk, bro?" I have to say, this guy's a better waistline than me, bro. I'm sorry. You know?
Now just tell him to watch the episode. We're
Yeah,
here to
you know, watch
explain
the
his
whole
stance,
episode,
you know?
man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Damn, man.
But, bro, it is what it is, I guess.
The crazy part is the people that want to hate, you got to realize, like, if you listen to everybody, you're going to get lost in the sauce. Like, if I'm doing something in my field, would I listen to a Joe Blow that's like an accountant that has nothing to do with anything that I do, knows nothing about dance, the industry, goes to a 1-2 party and just has an opinion, or somebody that's like been doing it way longer than me, understands the nuances of certain things, that know me personally? Like, if you entertain those types of conversations, like, everybody will have an opinion. Me being white and me appreciating the Caribbean culture and the African culture and trying to understand the diaspora, there's a level of, like, you have to step back and understand where it comes from, the history behind it. I went to Ghana, like, right before COVID happened. We went to the slave castles. Like, we went to the Gold Coast, where over, I think, 2 or 3 million slaves literally were used in that particular castle to get shipped to the States. Like, there's a lot of history. Like, you literally walk in and you can feel the energy, and, like, you can still smell the stench of, like, dead bodies there. And, like, me being white and walking around that particular area, it hits, because people look at me as if, like, I had a personal impact on that just because of the color of my skin, right? And it's a very humbling experience that you kind of have to put your head down and understand that there's a level of culture that will never be erased, that needs to be taught, and that there's some sort of responsibility to help break those stereotypes and to challenge racism where I see it. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that's like the fine line between it. Now this conversation is getting, like, really deep right now.
It's got mad deep.
Yeah,
I know, I know,
We're
I
supposed
know.
to cover this at the end.
I know.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're
bro. Keep
good.
it going.
But yeah, like, we all have a responsibility to kind of challenge that. Like,
Definitely.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had friends that from high school, or just, like, we grew up. Like, we used to play, like, video games when we were younger and stuff, that still to this day will say ignorant things, but I have to check them. Because I can't let that, like, when a lot of my friends are from the culture, if anybody were to come up to them, they would challenge it. But if I don't do that, then I feel like a shitty person. Like, you have to take it on the chin and be like, no, you're wrong. And if you don't change up, we're going to have issues.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, it's that type of double standard that you kind of have to apply to yourself, that if I'm going to get all these benefits from being white and getting attention from dancing the way that I dance, or just even, like, my mannerisms, when I come into a dance hall party or just any type of thing, I'm the quiet one. But people find that intimidating, because it's like they expect me to be loud,
Interesting.
right? And just doing the most. I'm not.
You're just chilling.
Yeah, but that's the way that I perceive that culture to be. Just, like, don't do too much, because then what's the point of you standing out? And just, like, enjoy yourself. You know, like, we went out, like, what, like 2-3 months ago?
2-3 months ago, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, that was the first time you guys actually saw me.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it was Rich that told me, like, yo, I was expecting you to just, like, go off the whole night.
Yeah.
No.
Chill.
Yeah.
Kept the team, wasn't trying to show off. None. Yeah, bro. Like, you know.
But that's the vibe of it. Like, some people, they get so excited by the music and they just go.
Yeah.
Which sometimes, like...
Which is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be mindful. Like, just pay attention. If reggae's coming on, don't just relax.
Don't go crazy.
Don't jump on the 14-foot speaker and have a girl spot out the bottom like that. Hit it with the fucking...
With some move, dog.
Hit it with the elbow drop from the top.
Save that for Street Fighter.
Oh, man. So would you say you're more, like, meek growing up? Like, you're more calm?
Yeah, I've always...
Naturally, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not, like, a loud, rowdy...
No.
Nah.
Like, from a young age, because I was always, like, the odd man out. Like, ironically enough, like, almost like the black sheep in every single circle. I've always been a minority my whole life when it comes to it. Like, I went to school for fashion, which was predominantly women.
Women, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And, like, I worked in corporate, like, Winners Marshalls HomeSense head office for almost, like, 3.5 years, which it was, like, a balance between it. But a lot of the people that I work with were primarily women. But then, like, the higher ups, like the VPs, DMs, DMMs,
all men.
right? So it's like it's always been that dynamic.
Corporate kind of
Yeah.
ends up
It switched a little bit now, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, we know for sure now. It's switching up,
They have to.
you can't hold that shit down now.
right?
But yeah, like you have to figure out how to play your role. Have you guys seen that on Math Hoffa when Fat Joe
Oh, yeah.
the interview?
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
talked about like, yo, did you feel a way when Khaled like literally took the forefront? Like you put him on. Don't quote me. I don't know if you
No.
said that.
I'll chime in. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But he said like play your role.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, how did it feel to be number 2? And he's like, what's wrong with that? Like somebody has to be number 2 in order to like when Khaled's going, I'm watching his back. And like when it's my time, he's in my booth supporting me. Like not everybody can be the head honcho at the exact same time. And that's where like egos slowly start to do this.
Clash.
Yeah. It's like you talking and then automatically he chimes in. And it's like, wait, hold on. Like I didn't even finish my thought. And it's just like egos start going at it.
Of course.
Right? And not enough people understand that dynamic where chill.
Yeah.
Like relax.
Play your role, man.
Yeah.
It's like 50 Cent and G Unit, man. 50 Cent is the guy.
But
Young Buck was there.
Tony
Young Buck
Yayo.
was there.
Lloyd
Tony
Banks.
Yayo was there, bro. Shout out Tony Yayo, though. That guy's one of the realest guys. But
Yeah.
the man's like, yo, listen, I don't mind having to hold the door for the man. Like, he's the guy. I'm getting my dollars because of this guy. I am who I am. I am where I am because
Yes,
of this
sir.
man.
Yeah.
You just gotta sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
No shit.
People don't really have to take over everything, you know?
No, you
But
can't.
it's an ego thing for sure, bro. Man.
Real
That was
shit.
good. Yeah, real shit. You have to stay in your lane.
Yeah, bro.
Unless you feel like you're better, then you just leave that environment and try your own thing. But
For sure.
you know,
But-
most
but
people.
even with that, like-
people fail at that. You know, when they do, if they think they're so sick, and
But
then
there's a right way to go about
Yeah.
something like
oh
that.
yeah,
Exactly.
true,
Yeah,
true,
yeah,
true.
Like, you can't just get up and be like, fuck you, yo. I'm better than you, dog. Like,
Bun
I'm
you.
about to start my own podcast.
Yeah,
The King Sully podcast. And I'm like, damn, yo, that's how you're going to do it?
Yeah.
But it's like,
No, that's not.
do
That's
it the right way.
Yeah, you have
a
to end things
convo.
gracefully for sure.
100%,
Yeah.
bro. Don't burn
Unless
the
you're just
bridges.
crazy and you're like bun it.
Or
you know?
unless it's a beef thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the man's psyche, dog. I don't know.
Even if it's a beef thing, though, when it comes to, like, business, there really should be a way to, like, handle shit.
But people
That's
don't
how I
see it
think.
like that because they get their emotions
emotion
too
gets too-
involved.
Oh
and it's
yeah, for
like,
sure.
I don't
bro.
want this person to do better than me because I put them on. If anything, you don't know what's going to happen in 10, 15 years. If that person gets bigger, your shit falls off, and then they give you that handout.
They say, yo, you
They're
helped
gonna-
me when I was in need. Now
I'm
you
gonna
come.
help you.
Yeah. But if you let the ego speak, it's like, well, you already burned that bridge in the first place. Like, you have to keep
right.
it cordial to an extent.
Yeah.
Unless if obviously certain things happen. But then it's okay to be like, you know what? This burned the bridge. I'm not talking to you. We're not going to be affiliated. I still have love for you. I want all the best. But we're just, there's a wall and that's it. There's no door towards it.
True.
You kind of have to leave it like that.
Facts. So, yo. So I was scrolling through Twitter a couple years back, right? Me and King Sully had like 10,000 followers.
I peaked out at 12.5.
Shit.
Yeah, but like.
What were you
12.5
tweeting to
too.
get to that?
Nothing.
Yeah. Like it was just.
I woke up.
Nah, like I remember
That's it.
some girl did. She's like, "How do you have 12.5?" I'm just like, "Yo, I'm King Sully, dog." Nah, I did not say that because I didn't even go by King Sully, but I just said, "Yo, I'm just that guy," you know, back in high school. But yeah, we were scrolling on Twitter.
Scrolling on Twitter. yo. And we came across a video.
Yeah, man.
It's just a white guy. There's a white guy just dancing to. I don't even remember what the track was. He was just dancing. It might have been a
Burna Boy track.
Burna Boy track. He was dancing to Burna Boy track, and he was smooth. You know, he was going with it. He was like,
Oh, so
"Yo."
fluid.
I was like, okay, this is going well. And like the caption on Twitter, it was like, this guy just ended racism.
Yeah. I'm going to end racism.
Damn.
Bro, this is the guy that was in the video. So I'm like, during when we post this, we're gonna have the clip. You guys are gonna see it as I'm talking right now. There's gonna be a clip. So yo, like you basically went viral at that point.
Yeah.
Like, can you let us know kind of how that happened?
Yeah, that was an interesting day. Like, so when I got introduced to Afro beats, through AC Mensa. Like we did like a concept video. It was like I think 10 of us, all guys. She choreographed the thing. That was like our first introduction to Afro beats, even though it was like a Bunji Garland song, which is like more soca-esque. She basically wanted to bring a lot of us under her wing to say like, I want to start a company called Black Stars, like a dance company. And then she would still have like her AC Mensa creations, which she's like probably one of the cleanest dancers, choreographers. I have the utmost love for her. She's been like she's influenced me a lot through the ages. That particular segment, which I think was in the Drake Hotel, we got asked to basically come out and support like a fashion show. Mm-hmm. And they rented out the whole upper portion of it. So like the open patio, and there's like a tiny little like circular bar. And just to come out and vibe. And they gave us like some shirts to wear. And they're just like, listen, we're going to play good music, all Afrobeats the whole entire night. Just session. That's it. As soon as we started sessioning, literally a swarm of people just came around, just phones out. And this is like when Instagram was slowly building, and then before like the crazy algorithms that they have now, where you need to pay money to actually do stuff.
That's why we're shaking.
That's why we're shaking it. We'll talk about off camera. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, the phone started coming out, and then people just started like recording it. But again, like we're used to it. I don't necessarily play into that particular side of it. It's natural. Like as a performer, you want people to watch. If they're like literally in your face and they're not saying nothing, I will slap your phone away.
Give them an elbow. Yeah, for sure.
Like now you're in my space. You kind of have to like. Yeah. There was one person that literally asked once through my whole entire 10-year career. One person literally came up to me and like, "Yo, can I film you?" At a party. I'm like, I respect that.
You told them yeah or no?
Well, I'm like, I'm right there. I'm like gonna be like, no, and like just put it in their phone, and then it's just awkward, and they're just staring at me like, well, everyone else is filming, and I'm the idiot that asked you.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
But it's like very organic. Like nothing was planned, nothing was choreographed, and we did like a segment where it was like more to the side of the patio, and then that's one segment that went viral, and then we did a thing outside where he's just playing music, and we're just doing like an easy follow along. My boy Martin Premps is literally just leading it. It was me, Martin, Percy, and AC just sessioning, doing what we do, and then you look to your left and your right, and people are just following us because it felt just like a dance class that we teach.
Jeez.
And that one clip hit Twitter for like I think like 10,000 or like 70,000 retweets. I don't even have Twitter. Like I'm literally getting screenshots from my friends, and then like I think Voice of Congo picked it up, Chop Daily, NWE Worldwide, World Star. Like literally all these massive platforms picked it up and just kept resharing it to the point where like I think I got close to 3,000 or 4,000 followers within a day, and just kept building and building. Like you literally swipe and it just keeps going.
Damn.
But my personality, I'm not built around that. Like if you take that, I don't even consider that as an accolade. If you take all that shit aside, I'm the exact same person outside of the Instagram stuff. The same way I don't do no fake funny stuff, no fishy shit. You know how that goes.
Of course.
But yeah, that meme has been around for 7 years.
Yeah, bro. I remember. Were we in high school?
How old are you?
7 years ago?
26.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm 32, turning 32.
Okay.
So like about 6 years. So you guys would have been.
What year is this? 2014?
2016.
Oh no, we're out of high school.
Yeah.
2016, 2017 maybe, give or take.
True. No, we're out of high school.
Yeah.
My math could be wrong on that, but I would have to double check. But yeah, almost every year it would get reposted somehow. Like I was Agent Ross going to Wakanda when Black Panther came out. I was one of the coaches for the French team, like the first FIFA come around, because every player there was from a part of Africa.
Of course.
Facts.
Yeah, dog.
That's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
just because we're good.
it's like you get to choose based off your family, like your parents. Is that how it goes with the World Cup stuff?
I mean, most of the players are born in France,
they're
right?
Born in France,
so it's like they're French, right?
But I thought that you just need like a passport.
Actually, it could be that as well, just because FIFA's rules are more relaxed. So it's like if you have,
because they can buy players, like they forecast it like 3-4 years ahead. So if they know that somebody's playing in a particular league, they'll be like, well, we'll bring you over. Just we'll I honestly, I don't know. I haven't watched FIFA in a very... I didn't even watch this one. I literally just watched like the last game.
That last game was crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Great game.
Congrats, Argentina.
Messi the goal?
Yeah.
I feel like you're a Ronaldo fan.
No.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Ronaldo fan.
I'm Ronaldo Brazil. Like old,
yeah.
old, like chubby, bald head.
Fat Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were just
he's
talking
my
about
favorite
that guy.
player.
When you could deke out that many goalies and literally he like stops the ball, waits.
And then he goes back.
The man runs towards it and just like chips it in.
Yeah, nah, he's...
That's just cocky. I used to like Ronaldinho and then he flopped at FIFA. But like,
Nah, the Brazilians are amazing, man. It's in their DNA.
That's in the DNA.
Literally, man.
it's like generation after generation playing soccer and stuff.
Facts.
But yeah, that's towards the meme. It's been around 7 years. It got reposted again. I was the royal family kid at one point when the royal family left
That
England.
is fucking crazy.
Damn.
Real shit. There's been some funny ones. Funny enough, there hasn't been like any dark ones, and like even when you actually scroll through like some of the comments on Facebook and stuff, people are very positive towards it.
Yeah.
Like there's maybe a small percentage of like, well, culture vulture or this or that. I'm a spectator and just somebody who appreciates the culture. By no means am I claiming anything towards it, nor do I need to justify that. Like, but again, like people will be ignorant. They might not know certain things. And that's just kind of like they put themselves in a bubble. And that it is what it is. But if you talk to me or you see me out and they ask me certain questions, a lot of time they get it.
Of
Like
course, bro.
they understand the energy that I kind of bring to it, which is very ironic because you never know.
It's because people don't like context. People just like
True.
to talk and like to get whatever they're thinking out. Like it fucking matters, but it really doesn't. Like at the
Real
end of the
shit.
day, bro, at the end of the day, this man is connected with people that are, that have shown you everything. You know what I mean? And who am I? Let's say we brought you on here and we're like, man,
Yo, we don't rate you.
like we
fam.
don't rate you, like you're a culture vulture.
Yeah,
You're
man.
fucking up the culture and shit. And it's like, am I even immersed in that culture?
Real shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's been to
I
Ghana.
listened-
He's been to Ghana,
You've
though.
been to Ghana. I
There's
haven't
there's
been.
Ghanaians who haven't been
That
to
haven't
Ghana.
been bad.
So think about that. So
Facts.
he's well versed with culture, like
Yeah, man.
you know what I mean?
It's funny you say that because like there was one instance where we were performing downtown at the Harborfront. I don't know if you guys know. There's like a big like 360 stage.
Yeah,
I know the stage.
And like
I
they
know
do
what
like a
you're
lot of like international because there's a lot of tourists, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So like they have like all these international
The
days.
outdoor one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
With the massive tarp and stuff on the
Yes.
top of it. We performed there once and we had like a half-hour set and we're like drenched. We go into our thing just to change. I'm standing outside and like some like I think they were from somewhere in Europe. They had like very heavy accents. They come up to me and they go, "That was very good." And they're like with their kids and stuff. But then like the lady leans in. She's like, "Why do you dance like them?" So in my head, I just went flush white. And I'm like, "What do you mean them?" Like I'm just trying to pull it out. Like, okay, say what you need to say.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like pointing to like the tent or whatever. And I'm like, "What are you trying to say?" And then she got really awkward. And her husband's like, "No, like we don't mean it like that." But it's like,
No, that's exactly how you meant
yeah.
it.
And I just looked at him and I'm like, don't you think that kind of makes you sound racist, ignorant, and you don't
Definitely.
necessarily know? But then I also have to think about context. Like if I cuss them in front of their kids, what image is that really going to paint? That doesn't.
on the people that you're with. and
Exactly.
That you're representing.
Yeah.
100%.
That he's a bad man.
Spit in the kid's face.
Right?
300 kick the father.
Holy.
You're gonna learn today.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
But that's the only instance. Other than that, like you
Most
don't.
people show love.
Yeah. Because it doesn't come from it doesn't have any ill intent. Because it comes from a genuine love for it. Like if you're capitalizing on a particular culture where it's just for you, then there's a problem.
Oh, we know those ones.
No shit.
We know people like that.
It's okay, man. Yeah, it's okay.
I feel like
But-
this is about to turn dark with you
Nah.
guys.
Nah, we're gonna hold off.
You ever see those vids on YouTube? Like it's a lot of shorts nowadays, and it's like it'll be like a white guy. He'll be dressed in like a dashiki
Oh,
or like
God.
an Asian an ethnically Asian outfit. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry, but he'd be dressed like that, and then he'd be going up to like like the regular population in Toronto, not Toronto per se,
Right.
and then they'd be like, "Yo, why are you wearing that? Like, why do you think you should wear that?" Blah blah blah. Then he'll go up to the actual people in the culture, like he'll go down to China wearing the thing,
Word.
and he'll ask the locals, "Yo, how do I look?" And they'd be like, "You look beautiful. You look nice. Thank you for wearing this." And then when I saw that, I'm like, "Yo, who's really getting mad at stuff? Like, who's really getting cheese?"
Yeah.
And he'll go to Africa. How do I look in a dashiki? And they'll be like, "You look great." Tapping on the
Yeah, for sure.
appreciative,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like, who's getting mad here? If the people who literally
Yeah,
are
the
from
OGs,
the culture, literally living in the country where everything originated from, are happy, why do I guess the Western
Westmans.
why do we have the most say? Why are we the most cheese?
Because we're just spoiled little brats.
It's just something I never understood.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah.
Like
Personally, I don't know. I don't really have a real opinion on stuff like that because I'm not even in like.
It's like they
deeply
feel
immersed.
threatened, right?
I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. It's like, why is he wearing that shit? But it's like,
or it's like it's only
He's
meant
embracing
for
it.
somebody
who's
that's
from?
yeah. But then it's like, if you go to Jamaica, there's a lot of Chinese people that migrated there and have
True.
businesses, and then they have
Here.
offspring, and then it's like these kids speak fluent patois, know the culture, know literally every little nuance, go to the clubs, go to the parties, go to school, and then when they do something that's specific from the culture and they go somewhere else, they automatically get
It's like I'm gonna judge them. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, yeah.
buddy, I'm not even Jamaican. I'm Grenadian, and I didn't grow up in Grenada, nor did I grow up in Jamaica. So like, who am I to actually tell a Jamaican, even though he's Chinese?
oh shit.
Like, or sorry, I don't know if but like, who am I to tell him, yo, you shouldn't be doing this? Like, it's kind of, it's something I've never really understood.
True.
I think at some point, if your automatic mentality is to judge, that tells me a lot about you, and like that means that you don't find comfort within yourself to be like, just let this person be. If they look like an idiot, let him be an idiot. If they look or feel racist, let the world deal with him. Like,
True.
if something comes off or somebody else doesn't like it, then the confrontation or the conversation will happen right then and there. But if you're automatically jumping to conclusions and just saying like, well, you're wrong for doing this and this, you don't know. That person could have grew up in that culture, literally lived there the whole entire life, came here for a vacation, and is literally going back. And it's like, it's always a catch-22. If you speak your mind, people are like, well, you can't give me your 2 cents back. You just spoke your mind. Like, nobody told you to tell me whatever you needed to tell me. Now I'm going to give you my 2 cents.
Yeah.
You can't just say it. And then I think that's where like the social media shit, it gives too many people of like a platform. Like if you guys have somebody that's like crazy on here, and then people are like, yo, why are you having this guy on?
They definitely,
Say that to the man's face while he's here. I bet you anything that the confrontation is going to be like, well, you're not going to say shit.
Nope.
But like Twitter fingers and like everyone's hiding through the camera, they are behind the screen.
They know there's no consequence.
Nah. Like, what are you going to
There's
do?
no
Block
real
them?
consequence.
Yeah, real shit. What did you say? If people were more confrontational, the world would be a better
The
place.
world would be a little better, man.
Nah, she's right, man.
Yeah.
She is right.
Because
Just speak your mind.
Yeah.
But people are
at the
scared to
same
do
time,
that.
It's like,
It might come off aggressive, and then they're gonna be scared of you. And
but
it's
people,
just-
I
but it's
don't really
real.
feel like, but I feel like the people complaining don't actually really, like, some of them don't actually even care.
No.
They just want to talk.
they just want to talk.
They want to
Just wanna
hear
talk.
themselves talk through it.
Yeah.
True.
Like, yeah, everyone has their 2 cents to it.
Yeah, man.
You ever had that feeling where it's like you're hearing somebody talk and all you can think about is just like, just shut the fuck up. Like, nobody wants to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
This conversation needs nothing else added to it.
Yeah. Just
But-
nice. Yeah.
Just
No, you're
nice,
right.
dog.
Still, now I hear that every day, man. Like, I hear people chatting, and I'm just like, just shut the fuck up, man. Like, I'll be like, why are you even talking right now? Like, and you just know, like, some people would say something, and it would like bait them, and I know this idiot's gonna say something,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm gonna just walk away,
Yeah. 'cause
or
it's
just
like,
put
you
my
don't even need to
earphones
talk.
in, you know?
I don't know, man. Not everyone needs to talk, bro. Sometimes it's better to just listen.
To just listen.
It's
My
better
dad taught
sometimes.
me that. Just listen, fam.
Just listen, bro.
He didn't say fam, but he said listen. He's like, yo, you don't have to talk. I mean, I talk still. Like, I could talk. But, like, as of the last couple of years, I've been very quiet. Like, I don't really care to speak as much anymore. Unless it's, like, brought to my attention. But I'll
Unless
just...
you're talking to me.
Yeah, it's like, imagine I say, yo, what's up? And I just look at you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's this guy's conversational skills? Like your basic conversational, it's not there, right? It's not relevant. But yeah, man, I'm more in tune now. Like I don't really care to speak, to lead the conversation. F off. I don't care. You know what I mean?
So that's the thing, bro. When you sit back and realize like
a lot of
you don't actually a lot of people,
it's useless.
Myself
combos.
included, I don't really give a shit.
Facts.
No. Hold up.
Most people
you don't give a rat's ass.
Shout
Give
out
me
Mr.
some.
Lee, bro.
Shout out Mr. Lee. Actually, nah. Bun Mr. Lee, bro. He failed me. He didn't fail him. But yeah, shout out to him for that. But at the same time, bun him.
He's definitely watching this podcast.
Hopefully,
as we
man.
speak.
Definitely not watching this podcast. And if he is, Mr. Lee, you'll always be my dog, yo.
Don't kill me.
That guy, I don't know, but
Damn. But yeah, man, you're right.
yeah, bro.
Sit back and relax
Sit back
and just listen, bro.
Because if a person talks too much, you don't even have to say anything anymore. You'll just see that they're dumbass.
Yes.
That's it.
I agree.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
I have a question.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, open up a can of worms here. What do you think of the Toronto dance scene right now?
Oh.
Shout out Reggie behind the camera.
That's a great question
Great
still.
question.
See, that's a hard question because like
Yeah.
I'm biased in terms
Okay.
of like, are you talking about like the hip hop stuff? Do you dance or do you know like people?
I used to, but I'm kind of out of it now. So I'm coming from Vancouver.
Okay,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it. Kind of dance with like
The North Studio and stuff.
not Studio North, Studio 604.
Okay, yeah.
And then later on like Prestige, which you know what happened with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just give us your general input on that. Like, are we going in a good direction in terms of
Like dance wise?
dance-wise? Or
That's a hard one because like coming from the dancehall and Afro side, the hip hop scene has been not like super foreign to me, but like it's gravitated more towards. There's a lot more studios now, and like the studios don't necessarily focus on the cultural side or the community side. It's more just the choreography side. But then what's the end goal? Like, is it for people to get enough training for them to go tour somewhere? Is it for them to just have training because it's fun? Is it more competitive? That I've never really understood in terms of people just wanting and having their own personal goals. The Afrobeats community and the dancehall community coming out of COVID, it's been up and down. There are some very prevalent teachers in the city that like they hold it down. But like a lot of the OGs that I grew up with, they've kind of migrated to other stuff or they've left the city because they realize like the opportunities are that much more bigger and you can make more of a name for yourself. I'm a strong believer that if you want something, like go to the source, but then also try to find your own stance on it. Don't do what next man is doing. Like if you're gonna open a studio, if you're gonna open a studio, if you're gonna do something, it has to feel different. It can't be like the cookie cutter thing that somebody else already did. Like Millennium Complex came here and within 2-3 years literally went down because they couldn't do anything with it. They had a massive platform to basically utilize, and they brought down some dope choreographers to come down to teach. But then after a while, it went downhill. And then they had issues with their rental facility and again, this is not to put shame on them or to like bring them down, but it just, the care for the industry and the care for the community, I think sometimes gets lost. I don't know much about the studios themselves, but because they've been filling their classes, some choreographers are absolutely dope. Some people I think should get more training and more on the resume. Like I come from the generation where it's like, I can't take class from somebody that's just a dope dancer. Like I need to feel and know that you did stuff that somebody literally put money in your pocket to say, yo, you're dope. You get hired. This is your resume versus just teaching steps. And I think that's where it kind of gets lost sometimes. That if you want to teach your friends, by all means, but then once you start going into that particular professional setting and you're getting people to literally pay you for that type of service, it can't just be movement. And it can't be a regurgitation of somebody else's movement because it gets watered down. It needs to be yours, and you have to sit in that pocket for long enough where you can, find yourself. Like, you guys have been doing this for almost a year.
Yeah.
And as you guys kind of go through it, you slowly start to realize, like, what's your role, and how it meshes. You know what I'm saying? Where it doesn't necessarily feel like you guys are stepping on each other's toes, but, like, you're bringing out the personality within yourself to add to the podcast. What I'm seeing in the dance industry is, like, you'll get a version of you, but then a younger one that's been, like, trying to learn from you for a long time. And then they're doing the exact same thing. They start a podcast. And then somebody else from them starts another podcast. So it becomes just literally a watered down version of you, but, like, generational when it comes to it.
True.
Versus, like, finding your own stuff. Like, I'd rather people take massive risks and fail and try to figure it out versus anything like that. Is that kind of... No.
Yeah, no, that answered it really well. Do you think like social media and like TikTok and all these TikTok dancers kind of...
Oh, it's corny as fuck. Like,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I don't really like
That
it.
shit is garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Like, they get a sample and then they just start doing some little dance.
That's
like,
not even. That is not even like. What is that?
They don't move their feet.
Not at all.
Yeah, they're just like
To me, that ain't even.
they're
really
doing some
dancing,
bullshit.
You
bro.
have them teaching on like big platforms now for some reason. So.
But it's... I think a lot of, like, the business side...
clout.
People put precedence more on the business side rather than, like, the actual quality of it. So if you have quality that comes first, the business side will follow. They will already come with a following itself.
100%.
If you focus primarily on the business side, they're looking at, like, somebody tried to book me and they're like, can I see your Instagram? I'm just thinking that, like, they just want to see, like, what I do. They're like, no, I'm looking at your followers. I'm like, what? So you're trying to book me based off of my followers? Like, I said no to that because it's
Because in their mind, they think the followers and the engagement add up. No.
Right.
but they think that they're automatically going to somehow fill their seats for something. There's so many artists now that have 2-3 million followers. They can't sell out a tour.
No.
Because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, bro.
And,
yeah,
like,
you're right,
TikTok,
People are just following them off of maybe like antics and shit like that. It's not necessarily about like the music.
Yeah.
It might not be about
True.
the dancing. It might just be about maybe they do little corny TikTok shit and they blew up there.
I can't do corny. If you don't perform on, like, live stage and you don't feel the feedback from the audience, your friends going on your TikTok and pressing like and sending you a bunch of heart emojis, that's fine. That's easy. Try to prepare for a show. Dance for a show. The amount of rehearsals. Go on stage without fucking up. Keeping that energy alive. And then hearing the crowd. Like, you have to kind of bridge the gap. And I think with us having so many screens around, and ironically enough, we're on camera right now talking about this stuff, but, like, there needs to be a level of quality that people aspire to have before they slowly start to, like, go into that. Because now you're stepping on toes that people have been doing it for, like, 15, 20 years that are some of the best in the biz. And, like, they've put their heart and soul, not just for them to make ends meet, but for them to open the door for these people that now have the opportunity to understand what dance hall, what Afro beats is on that type of scale. Yeah. And it's kind of heartbreaking sometimes watching, like, all these TikTok dancers or, like, even Instagram people. They get so much notoriety and they get these massive bookings, or, like, an artist will come here and they're like, I want to book this person because that's the first person on my feed. If your quality doesn't match that, and there are people that do have the amalgamation of both, but when you don't, I think it's their responsibility to say, I'm not ready yet. Don't just take the opportunity and run with it. But nobody will do that because it's automatic, like, well, I feel stupid for saying no to open for this artist, because it's like, well, this is an opportunity for me to learn and do all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard though, because, like, yeah, you're right. They're not gonna say no.
Well, there's money involved, right?
I think that's the main part.
Yeah.
But it's
Sometimes
Okay,
it's
true.
more like, I'm just giving you the
like,
platform.
just for exposure.
Yeah.
Oh, so they'll probably take that as well
Because in their minds, they're
Right.
like, yeah, this is what I need to do
to
put
further
myself out there.
Exactly.
But in my head, I'm like, if you get that opportunity, it's like everybody wants to dance for, like, a big, I'm just going to use Beyonce, for example. Like, a lot of the people that are doing choreography, a dream of theirs, not mine, but a dream of theirs would be to, let's say, back up for Beyonce or back up for Usher or those types of artists. They work so hard to get there. And then if you get it before you feel either not necessarily ready, but, like, you're at that caliber and they book you, are you really ready to put in that type of work for that type of artistry without the experience to be had on that. To dance in front of your camera is different. You can mess up, you can cut it, do whatever. That is no holds bar. You fuck up, you fuck up. There's like literally thousands of people literally filming you and zooming in on your face. And next thing you know, you become a meme in that. And it makes her look stupid. So it's like bearing that responsibility. Because I know you asked me this before, like what's it like to kind of dance or go on tour like Mr. Vegas?
The perfect segue into the next topic. Perfect.
Like it's...
Oh yeah, guys. He tours with Mr. Vegas. If you don't know who Mr. Vegas is, Google him, bro.
I am blessed every day. I'm blessed. I can't sing. Don't judge me.
No,
That's hilarious.
But yeah, like he's one of the like shout out Mr. Vegas, Francis International bookings, Tabby Rockstar and the team, all the DJs. They're some of the most hardworking, passionate, driven individuals I've ever had the honor of being around. Like Mr. Vegas is insanely talented. He can sing, he can write, freestyle. His sound checks are like, literally when you hear a whole entire like stadium like rumble, and for him to understand what it takes to actually bring out certain things in a crowd, like that's a dying breed. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
You know, and like he doesn't necessarily just do his music. He understands that like you have to add a little bit of soca, you have to add a little bit of Afro, you have to add. He'll like throw in DMX sometimes because he knows that it's just gonna get people riled up.
For sure.
And you're gonna go home being like, "Yo, Mr. Vegas played a DMX song and I went off, and I'm not even that big of like a dancehall head." But he doesn't do it to like. He pays homage to music, and he talks in between that stuff, and like he
performs,
bro. Like, and to be on tour with him, not even being on the stages, like he takes care of us. He's genuine. We'll have just like heart to hearts or just literally talking bare shit on the buses. We were in Costa Rica for 5 days, and like the rides back and forth from the venue to our hotels and stuff were like sometimes 40 minutes, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes just silence and we're all in the zone. Other times it's just little people trying to sing and Mr. Vegas is hyping them up like, "Yo, you can sing." Right? And it's like where he's telling stories about certain things, and like there's so much wealth in that. But to be a part of the team, you have to play your role. If you're backstage, you can't go up to Shensia or Ding Dong or anyone else and like, "Yo, can I get your autograph? Can I get a picture?"
I would ask Shensi for her autograph.
Yeah, no, you can't go on
I
that.
would have ran out.
Her bouncer's like legit, like 6'8" guy. He literally pick you up and just like.
Oh, even if you're part of the team, you're saying don't do that?
Because
It is not. It's not a good look either. I was thinking
because you look like a groupie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Because
And
you're
like,
working with them. You have to keep a level of
yeah,
professionalism.
but you're a part of the team. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because then they're like, "Yo, who's this cat? Like, whose camp are you part of?" Like, you some like random Joe Blow just got in backstage.
Random.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of have to play that. And if
But
you
yeah, but show me that person after though.
Oh, you don't know Shensia?
Nah,
Buddy.
because I just know based off his response.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
introduce him, bro.
Yeah. Because he's
You'll understand what I
yeah, he's
do.
wilding right
Look
now.
at it.
Nah, but I hear what you're saying though for sure.
You know, like it
But you're right.
because there's been times where like
I'll try my best. I'll try my best not to.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
he sees her walk by, just jaw
Right?
drop.
No, you have to keep like,
I'll start
it's like, oh
crying.
yeah, that's so and so. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're on the same team.
Yeah,
you know, you just have to
Gonna
move
try to
like
keep it greasy? Nah.
you have to, man.
You will
Not gonna be
like
able
legit. You will get like literally
Yeah,
picked
yeah.
up and just
Oh, that's
you can't even get close.
It's a risk I have to take.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
But
bro.
nah, and all jokes aside, you're right. Yeah, and that's something you gotta actually. Well, did you learn that, or was that something you felt you already knew from the jump?
No, you have
Because I'm assuming.
because that's your ego talking.
Yeah,
If
100%.
If you want something, that means that I'm not thinking about the person that hired me, the level of professionalism that I have to bring to it now, and like I'm on their time. I'm not on my time. Where I'm like backstage. There's been times where like we've opened for Alkaline and Movado here and Jamil. It's like 4 or 5 years ago. It was me, this guy, Indian Ravers, Dury, Tabby, Rockstar, and Bling Cadillac, which is like one of the originals from Cadillac Crew in Jamaica. He lives here now. And like we opened for them. Alkaline fully walking by, Movado with his camp.
Damn.
We have to keep like these are artists that I literally grew up listening to. I'm a very big Mr. Vegas fan, but I also I've never taken a picture with him on tour just because like we're working.
Of course.
And like he doesn't want to he's already getting bombarded with
the fans.
the fans and stuff. And it's like, you can't be a groupie on the stage. I can tell him that like, I've listened to your music growing up. I've this, and we can have that type of conversation. But outside of that, it's a respect thing, right? And like for him to know that you're going to respect the camp first, and we all move as one. Because if somebody steps out of line, no one's going to tell you anything. It's just you slowly start to see the work kind of like dwindle out, right? And it's like, it's something that I think a lot more people need to kind of learn, where play a role. Like no artist wants you to come up, be like, yo, can I get a picture? Have a conversation with them. And then you can say, yo, I'm a big fan, da-da-da-da-da. And like,
that comes later though.
yeah.
Okay, true.
Because it breaks the ice. Because then it feels like you're not seeing them as an artist first. You're seeing them as just like a regular person, right?
That's actually something that, you know, once this grows
Right.
bigger, there's a chance we might have some people on that I'm like, holy shit, like I can't believe this, but we can't even be like, oh my god, y'all.
That's one of these. It's like, what's up?
Yeah, we're
Your
gonna
shit.
have to keep it composed. That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
that's something I've never really thought about.
No,
to be honest
I
with
think
you.
about that bear still.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like, how are you gonna come off to them? You know?
Like a fucking waste man.
A
Like,
waste
we
man,
can't
basically.
have that.
It's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like, nah, chill. It's like, what's up, man? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Or however you know, would do it with them.
But that will carry you a lot farther, because they know that like you don't necessarily view them a particular way. Like you could be a fan,
Of course.
but you also don't necessarily need to. It's like all those Instagram posts of artists, like fans running up to them and they're like, yo, can I get a picture? And they're like, nah, like I literally just came from an interview at 6 a.m., bro. Like I just want to get into my
True,
van.
yeah.
They close the door and then they get flagged as like, well, this person's a jackass because they wouldn't take a picture.
Nah,
They're a human. Like
they're human.
Yeah.
they have every entitlement to basically say no to you.
Yeah.
And you can't get mad. If you feel away, that's on you. Like, you don't know if they've maybe haven't slept at all. They just came off a flight. They had a busy ass day. They got 20 fucking promoters ringing up their managers trying to get dates out. Like, you just don't know. You have to be conscious of that.
That's true.
You know, but like, yeah, to be a part of the Mr. Vegas team, like we're going to Brooklyn for New Year's
Okay.
to perform out there. And like, I think it's Ding Dong, Cranium, a few others that's out there, but it's a blessing. Like, keep your head down, stay humble, work hard, don't make mistakes, pay attention, and just keep it moving. Because once you slowly start to feel like you're top dog, or you got to bring it down. Tony Yeo, play your role, bro.
True.
Because like, remember who pays your bills? Because without that person,
Yeah.
nothing would be possible.
And if
true,
you burn
man.
that bridge,
Yeah.
just know there's not going to be a lot of bridges that'll be able to be built after that. You know?
Yeah.
You'll tarnish your name with
course.
him. He's obviously going to tell everyone else, yo, don't fuck with this guy.
Yeah, you'll be blackballed essentially.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the message of the fucking episode, yo. Play your fucking
Play your role, man. Stay in your
Come
lane
on, man.
and show appreciation to the
Show
ones who paved the
appreciation.
way for you.
100%.
Real shit. It gets you a lot farther.
Facts.
Jeez, that was well said, man.
Bro, you probably meet a lot of people then. Like a lot of like famous people. But you can't even like
No,
can't even show out like that. I feel like probably for you right now it's played out. It's like I'm not gonna be
Oh yeah. When I always like tell some of my close friends this, like, you know those ones that get so excited for certain artists and they're like they'll line up for hours to get tickets.
never that.
I could never like, and
I
again,
will
this
never
doesn't
do
go
that. I
against
never do that.
anybody. I'm not trying to, you know, but I see them as a regular person. You are not better than me. You're not better than anyone in this room. You are just talented in your own right. You could do things that I can't, and vice versa. That is the only difference. I don't care if you sell out shows. I don't care if like you have a massive following. It does not define who you are, what you are, or how you treat people. That don't matter. So like for me to be to be backstage, to be around certain artists, to see a lot of like the egos kind of walking around, I literally, it's just like another person just like walk by. And it doesn't necessarily like faze me. I've seen Alkaline 3 times backstage. We've seen Movado, Jamil, Ding Dong, Shensia, Stylo G. Who else was there?
His eyes just lit up when you said Shenzia.
Spice. Who else is there? There's a bunch of
man.
other people. And that's not even like on the hip hop tip. Like,
True.
but again, I'm built different from other people. If you are a fan and a groupie, by all means, act how you want to act. But if you want to be a professional in the line of work that I do, you have to stay level-headed. You can't let the clout get to you. Instagram get to you. That shit's fake.
Oh yeah, man.
Whatever they post. This podcast is real. Everything they post is real.
Yeah, our shit's real still.
That's it.
We ain't got no reason to be fake, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
If you see them, pull up in a Rolls Royce or like a Lambo,
Oh, we definitely faked that. Like as of like now,
you see the logo and it's like, wait, hold on. Why is it a Honda on the side?
right? Oh man,
That is funny.
that's a good clip still. Man,
But yeah.
Nas, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. We've been talking about this for quite some time, trying to do this stuff.
Bro, we've been trying
Yeah,
to get
man.
this in the works for a minute.
Yeah.
He's a busy man, bro. He's touring with Mr. Vegas. Like, what can I say? I can't get this guy on whenever I feel. Like, this is...
Now, even you
You know?
coming here is utmost
But
respect still.
yeah, seriously, bro.
Yeah,
we
man.
appreciate you
No,
for
no,
coming
no.
on, man.
I appreciate the fact that you guys keep it real. The content it's genuine, just like a conversation.
real
It
shit.
doesn't feel like you're trying to like
Yeah.
pull information or like sound bites out of people.
Hell no.
And that goes a long way.
The sound bites will come, bro.
Oh, easy.
We don't have to pull that out. Like,
Oh,
You're-
we're greasy. Oh, okay.
no,
cool.
it's not even that. bro.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, the content, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact
yeah.
of the sound clips come from what you do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're bringing people on because of what they do.
Yeah.
If what you're doing is sick and greasy, it's gonna be clips. You're gonna have
course.
interesting things to say. I don't have to force anything.
If you ain't got nothing to say, you're not going up.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah, real shit.
If you don't want to talk, just don't even holler. Like, straight up.
Real shit.
Yeah, man.
You guys excited for the 1 year?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, I am, yeah, for sure.
I actually gotta look at like when the account was made. Still, it might be February or March. I don't know.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
so you guys
it's
are
a
like
pe-
2-3 months.
it's
Then.
a
Yeah,
peer
we
and
got
it's
some
close. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Put a little
It's coming.
calendar date. This one we started first app.
What are you guys gonna do for it?
I don't know, man. Get 12
Well,
bottles of Hennessy. And
judging by the the decor.
They're empty though.
Yeah, judging by the decor, we might have to celebrate somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll
But I'm not
see,
even
man.
trying to drink, man. I'm on like a fucking conscious.
He's on a
tip.
real cleanse.
Me
right
too,
now.
eh?
Yeah, it's tough, man. But you have to do it, man. You have to reboot your consciousness.
You don't really drink too much though.
I don't, but I can. You know what I mean?
But does it make it harder with like friends around, like smoking and drinking and stuff? And
my
the
my
pressure?
setting, like my work setting, is basically like my friends now. You know what I mean? And they're in that like consumptions,
Yeah.
and I'm like, they're like, oh my gosh, you're not drinking, and I'm like, nah. They're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm
I
like,
hate
nah,
that.
I'm blessed, man. I'm
It's
trying to,
crazy though, because it's like, what's wrong with me?
Mhm.
Not
I'm trying to
drinking.
help myself.
bro.
What's wrong with me?
You know what I mean? But they respect it though.
Of course. Well,
well-
you have
choice.
no choice.
Oh, nah, you're right,
Facts.
still.
Better
But yeah,
respect it.
I didn't want to do that. Still, I don't want to put the bird down
Respect
on,
it.
but
Stop, man. You gotta
know?
respect it.
Put
Yeah,
some
I'm-
respect on my name.
You know what
That
I
was
mean?
a classic.
Yeah, I'm on a little cleanse, man. You know, you just gotta keep pushing it, and you'll reap the benefits eventually. It takes a couple months, but damn, once that kicks in, I'm fucking ready, dog. You know,
It's real though.
The hormones will be optimized.
once it's optimized.
Then we're gonna go back to Ethiopia,
Oh,
get the solar exposure.
I'm
and
out
then
here.
Come back.
I'm
looking
on list for
crazy.
yeah. I'm ready still, for sure.
Nobody wants the cancer sun in Toronto.
Nah,
No,
the
it's
sun's
not
not even
the
the
same.
same. You actually have to go to like the tropics, man, to really like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like to
I mean,
really.
Do you like sunburn? Like, do you get burnt?
Oh, bro, 10 minutes, I'm gone.
Oh,
But you have to build up to it still, even for like your skin tone. Obviously, 10 minutes, but every day. You know what I mean? And then eventually, you'll
you'll
build up
look like
that.
this.
You'll build up.
Nah,
you,
I'm gonna look like this.
you know what I'm saying? You'll build up your solar callus still, but it goes deep, man. That's a whole health talk. Like
Yeah, I see that shit.
this is dancing. You know what I mean? Like we keep it on the topic.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Got anyone to shout out? Anybody
man.
to, pay some respects to or do whatever you want to do?
I feel
Any
like
last words?
last words. Follow, reshare, subscribe. I'm honored to share my story.
Of course, man.
So we do, man. We bring people on. They talk their shit, man.
Yeah, literally.
That's it.
They talk their shit. They enjoy it.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
And it's not about like specific, like I've done like other interviews and like podcasts and stuff, but there's a way to kind of like help funnel the conversation. And you guys do it very organically where it doesn't feel forced or, again, like it needs to. Now that's his head growing a little bit bigger.
he's like, yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, for sure.
But no, I'm blessed. I'm blessed with my life. I'm blessed where my life is going. There's a lot of like newness to it. I'm feeling good about a lot of things that are kind of happening. There's a lot of question marks, but I'm learning to embrace whatever happens. Yeah, like I'm very grateful with my life. I'm very grateful with my friends, relationship, with how I want my life to be. Like similar to how your wellness stuff.
Of course, yeah.
I don't really drink that much, like if at all. I quit smoking. It's gonna be almost a year.
That's good, man.
So all you people that smoke weed around me, fuck you. I miss the smell.
You know what's crazy? So, like, I've never smoked weed before, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I love the smell of weed. It's
Really?
so weird. Like, I actually just want to have, like, you know, like a fucking whatever, Deagle, whatever the fuck's called, and just light it and just smell that.
Split.
Yeah, or
Or you
just,
want to just get the nug and light
yeah,
the
and
nug
just
on fire.
yeah, like basically, I just love
Give
this.
him like a bunch of roaches.
Give him
Broski,
some roaches
like I
and
love the
light it in
smell
you.
of it. It's good. I don't really want to smoke it though.
See, I'm similar to that where I like the smell, but I hate the smell that like it stays on your clothes after.
Lingering, yeah,
Oh yeah, that's annoying
The
still.
dank.
It's actually annoying. And then you try to cover up with cologne, but you still now you smell
Nah, the
cologne
Axe
weed.
days.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah,
That was
that's
fucked up, bro. Because it used to mix in with the dank smell. It was not.
it was its
smells like
own
shit.
smell.
It
It
was
was,
not
it
a
was its
good
own
scent.
smell after. Yeah, it was nasty.
I'm glad we grew up, man. I'm glad we grew up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
Nas, man. Thank you again.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for for coming on, sharing your story, man.
Oh, of course.
Listen, guys.
Follow
Follow
us,
him.
man.
Follow Nas first.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's gonna be right here. I don't know if you want to say.
They'll have it.
Okay, we'll find it. I think it's like I am Nas. Actually, I'm not gonna say it. Shout out my guy Nas. Man.
Yes, sir. Nas. It's Nas.
Nas, not bad.
Chill
Like
out.
the rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't rap.
It's all
He
good.
dances, though.
He could
So, I mean,
dance
that's a
though.
little-
Yep.
Might be a little better.
Yeah. I think
Illmatic
so.
is one of the sickest albums, though.
Illmatic, Stillmatic. Life is good.
Life is
Amen.
great.
Listen, guys. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube.
Please and
We
thank
here,
you.
man. TikTok, we here. Instagram, we here. Shakin It Podcast for everything. Apple Podcast, Spotify, we're there too. Shakin It Podcast. Stop sleeping on us, guys, man.
They're hibernating, man.
We got the heavy hitters in,
You
man.
real shit.
Come on, bro.
This guy's talented. You're
This
not.
guy's talented, bro. You guys aren't dancing like him, bro. You guys aren't busting it down like this man right now. You guys are climbing on 14 feet.
Speakers,
Oh, time out,
right?
time out. I don't do that. Let's make that clear. Nobody trying to break their back.
Oh man.
I got old knees. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks again, man.
Yeah, real shit.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Shout out our guests.
We gotta
Listen,
wrap it up
guys.
though, man.
We shake it.
Till we make it, man.
Let's get it.
Give me some Gilleon.
Let's go.
Hey.
All this music in my ear gets me home for the night.
No spicy,
I
only
be
regular.
having
We made
space
it.
in my mind.
He's trying to say that.
I think I'm sick.
This
guy's shaking it for real.
Get the barbecue sauce, get the roll, tie yourself up. I'm a base dude. I don't rotisserie chicken.
Everyone's got something to say, so come through and say it, players. Shakin' It Podcast.